Especially because this Luna is also very much in this game if she decides to go. Once the arena gets popped, you're not getting out all that easily. She is, of course, going to get a pretty early BKB, but the way that it will actually keep most of her teammates out as well is definitely going to be a problem. So if she gets caught off, she dies. KBU will have to very carefully plan this fight, exactly as you're saying.
Yeah, and that can always be really difficult, right? Especially against counter initiation, especially against a Weaver Ags, a Rubik telekinesis, an instant interrupt, and maybe even putting you in a wrong position in these team fights could always be bad. So is getting bashed first hit. That's a very good sign for Mr. MMR tourist himself.
We were talking about good names earlier. This is also a pretty decent one.
Oh yeah, of course you remember the real MMR tourist, the the Herald player who was playing in some Immortal fights. Good times, good times.
Thanks be to you.
At the horn, well, with Bash level 1, I'm surprised that this Weaver, yeah, he's going to go in with Sakuchi, of course he is, and he is going to get the rune. Not bad at all.
Nice.
That'll be, who's TB? That'll be 3 runes then for Team Magnus here.
Yep. Nice little bonus.
Flame Guard level first. Gonna see what Annihilate decides to go into. Probably, I mean, I think you just have to go for the heals, right? The Shadow Strike and the Sustain.
I think you go Scream,
Okay.
because once Mark starts pushing the wave here, you need to be able to actually clear back into him.
Okay.
There you go.
That's what he's gonna do. Picks up 2 assets with that Scream. It's already paying off.
This is really about not getting shoved under your tower by the Ember Spirit, because you don't have the choice of taking off his Flame Guard on level 1. On the uneven levels, you're never going to be able to.
Okay, there's a lot of sparring down bottom. Jack actually, they're going to get a first kill, first blood, pardon me, onto the Warden down bottom. Again, with the bash, nothing much on Artuis could really do other than just kind of hope for a bash and tank. Tankiest hero at level 1 in the game, of course, Spirit Breaker. 900, oh my goodness, look at, what is this build? 3 gauntlets of strength, Kips, 9 total plus strength. That's a lot of bonus HP.
It's pretty insane, and you just use this to win all the early trades with, and then you fly your regen in later. He is getting punished for it a fair bit right now, though.
Yes, he is. Not really enjoying it, of course. All that, I mean, actually, 5 base armor is not too bad, to be honest, for strength heroes. Lots of strength heroes come with 2, or 0 if you're Phoenix. So, but some of
No, his stats are insane.
Yeah. But some heroes start with 7, and that's Ogre. Some of them start with 9, and that's TB. So we see lots of kind of harassment top lane out from this Ogre versus the Rubik. Just trying to keep away him as much as possible to allow Dad here top to secure as much CS as possible for Luna. So far, so good.
This Ogre is definitely going to be able to do that job well in the first couple of levels, where his trading capability is absolutely unmatched, and we're not going to see much aggression coming out from this Rubik Mars lane until they hit level 3, 4, and they can really kill the Luna in one go. Right now they're just in the trading phase, and that's where Ogre shines.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's being this aggressive. Doesn't have a whole lot of mana regen to speak of, just the 1 more mango now. I've seen a lot of Ogres just build, I think, like 5 or 6 mangoes. You know, that they're stocking up, they're getting ready to feed Mortimer and get plenty of gold in the Ag Slab bonus stage. But not this one. This Ogre is here to really use the right clicks quite a bit, and I don't know how well that's going to work out. He's not going to find himself pinned to a tree at the very least for now. But he will be able to back himself up. I mean, it's a lot of space for Luna, I will say, what he is doing. It's plenty of space. I think he's going to start to suffer a little bit, because now, yeah, he's consumed the mango, he's got a salve, but that's it.
Yeah, this feels a little bit like an Undying, right? Where you're like, man, do I really want to use this regen, or should I just, you know, fall over under a tower somewhere and come back fresh from the fountain?
Yeah, exactly. Get that free TP scroll, thank you very much. And he goes again. Yeah, they're forcing out spells here from the Mars. There's the last little bit of mana for now here from the Ogre, but a fair salvo of damage into the offlane Mars. And he's going to nuke him down to half HP, and it's going to force him to call it another salve. So again, space. Good space early for the Luna. It's important to secure her start.
Yep, space bot, but this Soul Ring is a little bit of extra armor, but that does bring Mars up a fair bit. And trading physically is going to get worse and worse as this moves on, especially if this Mars buys the Helm of Iron Will, as pretty much anyone who is an offlaner does these days.
Yeah, very true. Armlet build here looks pretty darn good. It's going to allow you to just bully this Luna out of lane. I don't really think there's anyone else that could actually contest you top lane then as Mars, especially with ultimate. I think Armlet, you're just way too tanky, way too strong. Everyone just dies to you. As there's a rotation mid from Ogre. He's actually going to just throw the... Oh, they're going to jump on the mark. There's a point in the Fire Blast, only level 1. 2 points, however, in the Flame Guard. They're going to be able to burn through that one as they're going diving, or at least this Ogre's going diving, and this Ogre's going to get a kill. As he will deny himself there. Well, he's going to go underneath the tower at the very least, splitting the experience just to Rubik, actually. So a nice play there, as you know, he chooses the mid lane to keel over and die in. And very likely Kips is going to TP mid and refill the bottle of his quap.
Yep, and she might just be getting a little bonus here as well. Goes for the rune instead, guesses wrong.
Yep. Now Ogre, where has he gone? Has he TP'd?
Bottom lane.
He's gone bottom. They're going for Jack. And there's that Orb of Corrosion, sorry, the Orb of Venom, pardon me, doing some decent work. Another Fire Blast here in another second. The charge out from Sunlight is going to line him up for it here. Of course, no multicast quite yet. They get a bit of healing here off onto Jack, but not nearly enough. They're just so tanky. They're just diving towers, Kips. They don't care. No respect for these tier 1s.
I love it. I mean, I was concerned about this Ogre pick for the simple reason that it wasn't going to be able to win them the top lane. But why win top lane if you can win the other two?
Honestly. And with the amount of space he's made top, I think even Luna's not too displeased with his performance. The 1-1-3 build for Luna now. Nearly up to level 6. Leading the charts here for net worth is the safe lane Luna. And I think pretty decent progress towards the Mask of Madness. That should be, yeah, power tread's already on the way. So she'll move into the jungle relatively quickly. The only issue that I really see is that this Mars is mostly unopposed. But it seems like they're already planning with that. Like Luna just planning to head into the jungle and just starting to hit creeps. Is this... Oh, good ward, though. Good ward by Rubik. He's going to scout this. And I think this... Oh, my spawn boxes don't appear. Is this blocking the camp? Do you see that?
It is not blocking the camp, no.
It was close. I wasn't sure if it was.
It's a little bit out of it. Only a little.
I don't know my spawn boxes off the top of my head. I'm too reliant on technology. I'm too reliant on Dota+. They've hooked me in, Kips.
Same, actually. I used to know it as well. Not anymore.
They're going mid lane, though. They were going for a bit of a dive. Mark up to level 6, though, after the creeps die. Oh, they get Luna top. There's the first arena. Lion not going to do much to stop that, unfortunately, as he is a lion.
Truer words have not been spoken.
Sorry, man.
Poor guy.
I'm lying. I don't know what you want me to do. Turn into a frog for a second, but unfortunately the spear wall will still poke Luna to death. Does she just move into the jungle now? Or no, she's going back top. Okay.
That's surprising to me as well. I guess now that the arena is down, you can still get about a minute more of relatively unthreatened farming here before you have to move out. But I got a feeling that this Mars will be following her into the jungle.
Yeah, especially with that ward placed down. Nice little deny there. Cute deny effect. But there's phase boots now for Mars. So even now I would be really eager to move into the jungle. I mean, this Mars just, I don't think he's going to care for me whatsoever. All this armor, all this HP. Rubik as well to back him up. Oh, but Ogre is here. And he's going to throw an ignite at them and then run away. Okay.
A little bit too threatening. And they bring the Lion to bot now. They have level 6 over on MMR tourists, so most likely looking to get an opening kill to open up this bottom tower here.
2 heroes mid lane right now for Team Magnus. It's just the Rubik Annihilate. Oh, he is going to go for it. Needs one more auto attack there for the kill to follow up the Sonic Wave. And guess what? He's even going to get his second power rune. As the DD will go into the bottle, he's going to ping top lane. They're going to try and make a play for this Mars. He's got Arena of Blood ready to go. Rubik does not have a TP for an entire minute, though. So it would only be the Weaver support that you would expect to rotate immediately. Annihilate just going to go ahead and roll up now on the Mars. Arena of Blood is out. Spear, however, is going to whiff. There is a blink at the ready for Quap, and she's going to use it aggressively. It's Even the Tumbler's toy is going to be used to get Ogre outside of the arena a bit early. Shadow Strike here is going to be enough damage over time to nuke him down. Jack does get the kill in return, though, on the Ogre. He goes diving a bit too far into that tier 1 tower, and it's going to be 1-for-1 trade, but a much better one here for KBU, as this is a lot of space where Luna's freely able to farm, especially with Arena on cooldown now.
Absolutely. This was exactly the window where the Mars would have wanted to move onto that ward that Rubik placed earlier, get a pick off with the Arena onto her, and MMR Tourist does not need a Lion rotation.
He's got it.
To get the opening kill.
You just need one bash right there, right? One bash into another strike into charge, and bada bing, bada boom, bug is squashed.
That's what I like to see.
They go on top again as well onto the Rubik. I annihilate with the Shadow Strike, level 3 here, plenty of damage, and they will have themselves the kill. A lot of mana on the Quap. Mark's gonna keep fighting. There's a spear, but no Arena for another 25 seconds. As, oh no, all the trees just regrowing in the nick of time just to block out the Ogre. No chance for escape for him. Sometimes, you know, nature, it remembers what you did in that Timbersaw game, and it's gonna pay back. It's gonna get you back on that one.
It will, but I think he's not too unhappy about that. His swap is going off to a flying start here after their laning stage wasn't even that great, but she's quickly catching up now. And your Luna can now simply knock down the bottom tower while there's 3 heroes over on the top side.
Charge mid. Oh, good telekinesis, even if it's just level 1, and the bulldoze makes it look laughable. The TPs are coming mid now. That's going to slow the tower push top. That's the Mars. Arena of Blood is ready. I don't know if he's been scouted. Is he TP'd in the trees? But KBU will let up the pressure here as they notice heroes missing from the siege top. Jack is going to be able to demolish that tier 1 tower in the meantime, pardon me, with the rest of that metamorphosis. Luna down bottom, Dad continuing to do the same, and should have it here, especially with a tanky wagon to have these Moonglaves bounce around. But there's a 3-man smoke. KBU will look back top. Sunlight and I Annihilate leading the charge here, and they're going to find Jack, and he is completely alone. Kip. Sonic Wave just to get rid of him. 3 heroes mid for Magnus, could do nothing about that.
Absolutely not looking for that Lion here. No, they're gonna have to put some pressure into the tower, but KBU is going to be here again immediately. At least the Ruby gets his level 6 finally. Both teams have been struggling to let their supports get 6s because every time any of them shows their face, they get murdered.
It's a pretty rough game to be a support in, as some of them tend to be. A couple of D wards here as we get ready for this mid lane skirmishing, the standoffs. Again, KBU, they don't have the best wave clear, to be honest. Right now they've got lines set in the mid lane. You can at least pull the creeps behind tower to be relatively safe. What's Mars building up? Mars is going for this Blink Dagger first item, so he won't be able to do this for long. As soon as Mars gets Blink, I'm pretty sure he's just going to go and look for a fight mid, get a pick off, and look to fight around that tier 1.
Yep, but until that time, Magnus is going to be relatively passive here. Yep. The Ember Spirit's still working to finish off his Maelstrom, not going to move before he does that, so it's up to the Weaver and the Rubik to be distractions for now.
And Weaver doing a decent job there, trying to contest the power rune. Unfortunately, it's going to be, unfortunately for Weaver anyway, unfortunately for KBU, it's a second DD rune into the bottle of I Annihilate. It's top lane, they see Jack just farming with the illusions. He's got himself a Falcon Blade, and now the Dragonlance already on the way. So decent progression here for TB. Bunch of value items. Gonna help him spam out all these illusions and continue farming away. That as well, farming away. I think that's Dragonlance coming his way with Mask of Madness and the Power Treads. So a little bit more farm early for Dad, but nothing too crazy. And yeah, like you
does put him only 2 pieces away from the BKB though. With the Dragonlance disassemble.
It's true. That is true. So would the TB, but I don't know. He's only got 1 point in meta. This is a farming TB. He's not ready to, he doesn't want to fight. He's not here to do that. So it's just going to be a big old farming period. And to be honest, if we look at the Luna as well, 2 points in Lucent Beam, no points in the Eclipse. So very much the same deal here for Luna. But of course, with her items, she'll be able to outfarm this TB pretty easily here with this build. So there's a smoke for KBU. Annihilate, unable to find anything with his second DD rune. Will just smoke up again with his supports. Oh, that would be a big one here onto the Mars.
Mars.
Ignites here. The arena is going to be thrown up as Annihilate. He's going to be caught by the spear. In comes the Weaver, but he's hexed up and fingered and killed underneath the sentry. Nice moves there from the Warden. Mark is going to be here to repel the jungle invaders, but won't be able to get a return kill. As that's the Blink Dagger revealed, I want to say, from the Mars. He was ignited when Blink Dagger put on cooldown. I'm not sure if that was quite scouted by KBU or not, though, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they saw that, but it doesn't really matter either way. They probably had an inkling that he was going to be rushing this Blink, and his arena is on cooldown now. This is really not the start that he wanted.
Very good point. Sunlight's going to charge this TB top, and all right, he's just going to kill the wave and leave. It's a Weaver support. Weaver's going to throw the swarm on him. There's a full Shadow Blade done, though, for Sunlight, and he's gone.
Oh, big differences there. He finishes his SB and gets out with it, and Mars really just gets his reveal ruined. Yeah, he showed it now on the bot lane as well. He didn't think he was going to get anything with that anymore.
Fair enough, fair enough. Jack uses meta for this, but of course it's level 2 meta, so it's not the biggest deal in the world in terms of, oh no, they don't have that for objectives, because it's not that much more bonus damage anyway. Everyone else?
His only job right now is keeping up with the Luna, which is a tall order, but something that a TP can definitely do. They're guarding this top lane so well on KBU though. This Terrorblade has really not been undisturbed.
And Luna as well, just continuing to farm. Almost just 1k away from the BKB if she really needs it, because of course you can always disassemble the Dragon Lance for that Ogre Axe. Oh, have there been any charges in this Weaver's Urn all game? Do you know? I don't.
Nope.
Yeah, that's a little tough. Well, they're gonna maybe look to put a couple of charges in there now as they smoke behind the tower. Mars accidentally blinked back home, but he's got another blink in 10 seconds. Don't worry, only a 13-second cooldown on that bad boy. And this is where I think the Team Magnus can look to press their natural draft advantage. Again, they've got poke and prod, they've got good vision, now with the Blink Dagger to allow the Mars to actually capitalize off of this. KBU, they know something's up though, as there's a ward planted behind their tower, but they're holding a nice defensive position here behind the tier 1. Got most of their ultis ready to go. Finger of Death in 20 more seconds. The Team Magnus, they can't quite seem to find the jump that they're looking for. They're going to let this smoke just time out.
Yep, and this would have been great positioning for the Spirit Breaker to charge through the entire team fight as well, if they would have taken it.
Oh, whoa, they're going to actually charge.
As demonstrated.
Yeah, that's going to reveal the presence of a ward. He was hexed from Fog, so they know something's there. So KBU, it's up to them to try and get something more than just a support kill from this ward, and it looks like they may be gathering around for a tier 1 tower siege.
Quap's flying in Orchid.
Oh, there's a charge.
This is a problem.
Yeah, I think they're going to actually go for Jack instead. There is an Ember Spirit here ready to fight. He's going to intercept the line, but that leaves no one here to help intercept the Sunlight. Jack still alive, has Sunder level 1. That's good enough for him to get it off, and now Sunlight running. Shadow Blade in 13 more seconds, as there's going to be the meta used. Mark now with 2 kills. Felt like they just jumped the gun a little bit there. Kips 1 Orchid makes all the difference there, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, but she's going to have to use it elsewhere, maybe on a Weaver?
Maybe on a Mars to make sure, yeah, she doesn't get arena'd and speared. It's going to be a win here for Team Magnus. They keep Jack alive and find themselves a couple of free kills and don't die to the Orchid reveal.
Excellent, excellent. And yeah, the Ember Spirit now knows that he has to put a little bit of a move on for getting that Eul's Scepter up.
Luckily that double kill is going to be at least a nice little head start for him, as well as farming in the enemy jungle. So Annihilate just going to go into the BKB next. Luna has disassembled the Dragon Lance, has her own BKB ready to go. Going into... Is that eggs?
That sure looks like it. I was looking at this head like, is he serious about this?
That's a strange one. Also, it looks like... Is that what Ags looks like whenever you shift Q it? I feel like normally the Ogre Axe is first, isn't it? Something feels strange there. Will the Sonic Wave be used for the kill on a Weaver? Absolutely, making sure there's no chance for the time lapse. Maybe not, though. I don't know. Spearbreaker also going for Axe, but you know, a little bit more normal for him these days to opt into that item.
It gives you a great presence all over the map. I mean, not like Spirit Breaker didn't have that yet, but it is actually insane how many waves you can push with this. How will you clear jungle with it as well? And then on top of that, of course, you do get the magic piercing on your charge as well. So that's going to be great versus a, say, a TB who might want to buy a BKB to get a Sunder off in the future.
Very true. Especially if he's got other sorts of dispels for that Orchid. They're going to fight for this tower. KBU have everyone here, and Magnus will respond in kind. Mars so far unscouted, though, in the trees. He could be the turning point here with that Blink Dagger and Arena, but right now there's going to be the kill onto Weaver first. The Sunlight will pick it up. Hastrune, he's going to be able to chase. He's not hasted, he's just very fast, as they're going to jump secondarily onto the Rubik. That's both supports down. Arena out, though, does catch Eye Annihilate. There's going to be a stun to interrupt, but the damage, oh, not quite there. Eye Annihilate, he gets the Blink Dagger out, the charge even. They find the Ember Spirit to boot. 3 kills for Sunlight. Oh, and Team Magnus, they're rattled. They're like, there must be a ward here. There must be a ward here. How did they do that? Oh, no wards. Just aggression from KBU.
Really capitalizing on the fact that there's not that much damage on Team Magnus right now. It's really mostly the Ember Spirit, and they got him good.
Oh, yeah, they did. Oh, tough fight for Magnus, as KBU will pick up the tier 2 tower. 3 kills, a buyback here on Weaver. Basically nothing to show for it. I have Scotty finished, at least for Jack in the meantime, as he continues farming away. He's still doing a decent job. He's held this net worth lead to below, 1.52K. Hasn't been too bad for him, as it looks like they're going to be able to pick a kill onto the Lion. Luna's nearby, but doesn't have a clip, so she's not that scary. And down goes the Ogre as well.
And she switched out of that Aghanim Scepter now. I was about to say, it's a fun idea, but maybe not quite for this game.
Yeah, I was saying, you do have this all in, I compared it to flicking a switch, right? This team fight, it's either on or it's not. And, I felt like it could have worked, but that's like really going all in on that, don't you think? Like, it would be like, we either win these team fights and we roll them, or we use all our abilities and then we just have to run away and kind of hide in our base because we have nothing.
I mean, I would have respected it in the same way that I would have respected, like, I don't know, a guy in a dark alleyway running at me with a knife.
Exactly. A healthy respect.
Yes.
Spirit Breaker, he's just charging around the map. Might as well. There he goes. Some push on the waves. He almost got caught by a spear when Mars was farming the camp. But his farm is looking pretty decent. He now just needs a little bit more, just one more wave for the Ag Scepter, and Ember is revenanted away, so that'll give him the opportunity. There it is. Ag's online now for Sunlight. Not only is he MMR tourist, he is also map movement tourist with how much he's going to be charging around.
Never in one place for long. And he can easily join this mid push if he would so desire.
Now, though, it seems like the objective of this smoke is perhaps again top lane, where they're looking to apply some pressure. Mark is kind of shielded here by his supports, but KBU are going to take the scenic route here. Annihilate, he wasn't in the smoke, or if he was, it popped immediately. But there's going to be the stun instead. Stolen Earth Spike, actually. There's regular Earth Spike onto the Weaver, but that's not going to save Ogre, who tries to fight to the death. Unfortunately, he is going to find a much tougher opponent in the Mars now that he's actually a bit tankier. And the counter spoke from Magnus, as they will head into the KBU jungle now and see if they can find anyone. No, they can head into the Roche pit, pardon me.
They do have the Weaver, which is one decent source of minus armor, but this is not going to be the fastest of Roshans.
It's also been scanned. Team Magnus will also scan themselves, and they're going to go ahead and find that there is an aggressive or some counterattack coming from KBU. The charge through the pit is a thing of beauty as well.
Nice.
There's going to be the Arena Dad, though. He's going to get the BKB out in time, and the Eclipse making very quick work here of the positions 3 and 4 for Team Magnus. Sonic Wave with the Sunder in time here from Jack. He's back to full HP, but he only's got a little bit left of this meta, enough at least to get through the line, but not much else. There's going to be another charge here, locking down the Ember Spirit, allowing them to focus down onto the Weaver. That's a dieback for him. They bought back as well here for Rubik, who shows back up to the fight, but Sunlight is going to be able to zone him away from this fight, and now less than half HP. Luna will make very quick work of Roche number 1 as Magnus. It's going to be a lot of steam out from under their sails. I almost called you Winter Kips. That's what I meant to say. It's
Honestly, very flattering.
oh goodness.
No, but in that fight, you can very clearly see that the Mars is a little bit of a threat because of the way that he can divide up the fight. But apart from that, as soon as he's out of the picture, KBU can do whatever they want. They can focus down the Terrorblade. He gets his Sunder off. Doesn't matter because nobody else on Magnus is able to deal enough damage or even supply enough disables to do anything to KBU. They can't stop him. They can't kill him. There's no saves. And yeah, this Terrorblade looks like it's basically his game
Charge
now.
bottom. They have vision on the Rubik. I don't know why
Oh,
I don't know
no.
why I'm saying this so dramatic. It's just a support kill. They have him. He's dead to rights. He's dead to rights. No, but you're totally right. And the thing I really noticed there as well was once Dad pops his BKB, I mean, there's no chance. There's no chance in these team fights. The TB just doesn't have the damage right now.
Oh, not Mars.
Oh, this is going to be another big kill. A bigger one anyway, as there's going to be something like continuing to lock him down. A spear, but another bash here is going to prevent even the God's Rebuke from coming through immediately. A charge.
Another
Oh,
charge.
goodness, he's just everywhere at once. Weaver, there's no running, but there is because Spirit Breakers don't carry dust. You can't do that. That's illegal.
Oh, he's a core.
He's a core.
Cores have all their slots filled.
At all times. This win lace, very important.
True. It's so anticlimactic though. This guy nearly had a triple kill from charging from one to the next, and then he's stopped off because he's carrying no windblade.
Yeah.
I mean, it was gonna be hard without the Nether Strike as well, right? Let's not forget
Very
that. That's
true.
a Weaver. He lapses out.
Yeah, very true, very true. It's looking real good though for KBU at this stage. 11K up right at the 25-minute mark. That's going to be now Crystallis on the way towards Dad. I almost said that's Dadless almost completed, but not quite yet. He's going to have that one finished up pretty soon, and then he's going to be hitting pretty hard. That's going to be pretty frightening here because TB, his next item is the BKB. It's going to help him stay alive in these team fights, but that's about it, Kips. He's not going to help him get these kills. And again, with BKB both active, Luna, in my opinion, I think still wins those mano-a-manos, doesn't she?
Yep. Like, this here is just a one item advantage over on the Luna, which means she has the BKB at a point in the game where magic damage still rules supreme, so she's untouchable. Now this TB is kind of done farming, ready to start fighting. He needs a BKB to protect himself from, well, getting completely locked down by the Lion and blow up. But that means that he is the sole physical damage dealer on his team, still doesn't actually have a physical damage item. It would still be up to this Ember Spirit, who hasn't had the greatest of games, lags significantly behind the enemy offlaner right now, in fact,
Yep.
and is still working on his own BKB.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of sucks whenever... I think this is a big reason why we don't see too much Weaver core these days anymore, because you just have to get a defensive item usually, and that's going to be the Lincolns, right? And Lincolns is like, it's not that bad anymore. It's like... It's an you can make an excuse and buy the item, and it's not so bad. But what it does end up doing is it kind of puts you an item behind most other safe laners, right? Because Luna has no such need for this item. Weaver Core, that is, still needs a BKB on top of a Lincoln's, right? So it ends up putting you an item behind it, and that's kind of, I draw this analogy to the Ember Spirit, who has to go Yules for the early game dispel just to stay alive, but also still needs BKB, and then it just feels like he's an item behind, even though he technically will have 3 items once this BKB is finished. Not quite in the same sense that Annihilate will have 3 items with BKB, Orchid, and Kaya, and we'll call it Kaya and Sanj, right, for 3 items. He's going to be hitting a lot harder.
He will, yeah, and I think this Ember right now is honestly regretting. I think he thought, fine, I buy Yules and I'd get away with spending half of the money that I would for a BKB, but he's found out that no, he can't actually. At the very least, the Yules gives him farm speed, right? But I think he wishes he bought that BKB earlier.
Yeah, probably does. And speaking of BKBs, Mars is still 1,000 gold away, but he's going to have to find some way to scrape together the gold for it, because we can see Jack already at the stage of the game where he's not confident leaving the base, just sending the illusions to farm whatever waves he can find. And that leaves very little room on the map for a hero like Mars to continue farming, as good game sense there by the Ember Spirit, uses the Remnant to escape that incoming Lion.
At least the Rubik finds a very important D ward here. Also, good game sense, realizing when his opponents will probably have vacated the triangle. It would have been dead if this Spirit Breaker was not just charging the bottom lane.
Yeah, and they're sending the Weaver top lane to cut waves. Pardon me. Definitely one of the strengths of a Weaver support. You know, he's a little bit, excuse me, harder to kill than most. He requires at least a mid laner to come deal with him. You know, it's not just going to be like an off laner and a support. I mean, that might work this game as well for KBU, but of course we know that cores, they can't carry dust. So Spirit Breaker, there's no way he's going to be able to kill him.
Exactly.
Spirit Breaker, by the way,
But do you really need to?
So.
Yeah. Do you really need to kill him if you can just kill his base instead?
Very true. Luna's going to be hitting the doorbell here. There's a very cute Bloodlust onto the tower, stolen by Rubik. It's not a bad steal. Yeah, not a bad steal at all, really. But really, only Jack can make use of that. Ember Spirit, not really. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Luna just okay dies to Reflection, but that's fine because Aegis was up in 15 seconds anyway. Can they set up for the second life here on the Luna? No, they can't. She's just gonna walk away.
Well, all of that chip and that poke and prod that you were talking about before, that definitely still comes in handy for Team Magnus on the high ground. And you can really see there, if the Luna is alone, she's going to have to tank all of it. She can't do that. So in that regard, KBU still needs to either significantly increase the goal difference further, really tank up that Luna, or find one or two pickoffs before they go high ground. And the pickoffs have been their MO so far.
How about we just double the damage on Luna, Kips? There's DD Rune for dead. They seem to be interested in maybe heading straight back down bottom or mid. Yeah, they're pinging it out and setting it up for it. There's a 5-man smoke, though, for Magnus, as they're going to venture outside of the base. First thing they're going to see is an Ogre, as down goes the ward, and Ogre will follow suit. That is pushing the middle lane, as Weaver's forced to at least time-lapse because of a ding-ding-ding.
Radiant's bottom tower.
KB have already scattered, so it was a pretty good smoke break as Ogre just does Ogre things and runs into the entire enemy team.
All in a day's work. And I wish I was a Luna who didn't have space to put her Mask of Madness in her inventory at 30 minutes.
Yeah, she's doing real. To be fair, one of them is the DD bottled, right? So she'll pop that, and then it'll, you know, start going. Oh, and in fact, she might pop it here quite soon. Oh, they don't even need it for the Ember kill. Pardon me. He's dead before you can even say double damager. Down he goes. I think that's really only, yeah, it's finger number 3 of the game, basically. But it's a pretty big one now because the Warden has a Blink Dagger. And earlier I kind of said that Rubik's not really this hero that you want to blink in, use a spell once, and then die. Lion is totally fine with that, because he can Earth Spike, he can Hex, he gets the finger off, then he's like, alright, guess I'll just start mana draining some hero. Do what you must, I've already won.
Yep, he just leans back and says, bring it.
Yeah,
I'm spent.
It's, you know, I'm spent. He starts to, you know, he gets the sippy straw out and he starts enjoying himself a nice little beverage of mana. Oh, okay, they're just going to kill Jack. He was just caught out. I don't think there was even a ward
there's your
here.
opening kill.
There's not even a ward here. They just ran up on him.
Oh, incredibly unfortunate. Well, there will be your DD pop. There will be your Luna on the high ground. She got the Fire Shield now as well. This is one of the reasons that Ogre gets picked up so often. That Fire Shield that comes in at the point where you're going to want to siege, where you're going to want to stand still and tank a couple of spells. You get 85% damage reduction. Oh my!
They weren't ready for the Lion Blink. They weren't ready for the Lion Blink, Gibbs. That Ember certainly wasn't. He's about to get right back into it, but a Stolen Sonic Wave does so much damage here. That's going to allow at least the pickoffs on the supports, but Luna's already shredded your tier 3 tower and one barracks. The rest of KBU, they're going to be a little bit too speedy as they will be able to retreat successfully, but a big old Stolen Sonic Wave there from Rubik. 3,400 damage done in that team fight. What a steal from him.
Great find, and I don't think KBU noticed that it was stolen either. They just all ran right up into it.
Yeah, seriously, I think he had, what, 4, maybe 5 heroes with that Sonic Wave?
I think so too.
That's plenty of damage here.
It's only a stay of execution right now, though. That is so big.
I mean, that's pretty big. I mean, 700 pure damage on a Rubik. Thank you very much. We'll take that. 1,000 damage nuke if he hits it with Fade Bolt immediately after. Oof. That is some serious arcane supremacy right there. Okay. Weaver, he's put down a pretty deep ward as Team Magnus, they're going to use this opportunity to at least get up a couple of deep wards. as they prepare for next row. She's going to be spawning in a minute, but we're already in that window, so teams don't know that. Amar Tour, Sunlight in a bit of trouble. He's going to activate BKB now, as so will Jack, but he gets bashed immediately. Always a little bit fried. He's going to get bashed a second time. Sunlight is going to go ahead and run away. Hold on. What's this? It's a Weaver in the river. Ogre just continuing to run him down. Yule Scepter is going to be used, though, by Weaver to at least dispel the silence. Annihilate too speedy there, though, on the BKB. He's not going to be bothered by that spear. The Sonic Boom into the Sonic Wave. Down goes the Weaver now. Nicely done. This Lion and actually Quappa-like, they're chasing after. They want more. There's no BKB anymore for Jack as he will be charged. There's going to be the buyback from the Weaver, but what can he really do here? Trying to save the TV. Silence and in trouble. Do they have the damage here? The stolen Earth Spike, not enough. Even if it connects onto 3, Jack's still going to go down, and Ember might follow suit. His own Yule Scepter here buys a little bit of time. Does he have a Remnant back? He does. Another Earth Spike here onto the Queen of Pain, but there's no follow-up damage, and they even pick up the Weaver a second time after the buyback. 4 dead, 5 dead after that buyback here. Luna again in the base. Roshan has respawned. They only get an Ogre. KBU, I think they might have just sealed this first game here, Capes, with the way that fight is broken down.
Absolutely. That was tragic for the Terrorblade. First hit bashed as soon as he pops his BKB. Immediately shoved out of the way by that Spirit Breaker. Says, nope, nope, there are other people to kill. Bye now. And then brought down in the end. Heroic efforts from this Rubik, though. This man is not done with this game.
No, I mean, seriously.
He's hanging on.
Double Earth Spikes. Yeah, look how much damage he did again here. He stole Ignite, he stole Earth Spike, casted Fade Bolt twice. He's doing most of the heavy lifting, most of the damage in these team fights. Oh my goodness, that Spirit Breaker is so fast. That is terrifying from Mars. He's broken, but not yet dead as he gets out the arena one last time. That will at least trap the Ogre inside, and that'll set up Mark for a very easy kill. Fortify is out because Luna is here to take Barracks. She's level 25, has taken the Lucent Beam mini-stun. BKB's up, wants these Barracks, will find the BKBs, and will just simply TP away in the face of this demon. See you later, TB.
He has been murdered and now ignored. What a sad, sad TV game.
Disrespected, and now at least the Roche is up. They're gonna look for it, but Megas are gonna be coming down well, not just the side lanes, all of the lanes here momentarily. So they're gonna have to make this one fast.
With what damage?
Metamorphosis. So they're gonna try.
Roche is so tanky now. I don't even want to use the Swarm yet.
Good
Saving it for the fight.
Good Yules. That's going to put Sunlight in a bit of a rough position here. Lucent Beam's quite annoying here for Jack as they will get kill onto the SB. He's going to buy back immediately, though. The Eclipse is through onto Jack, though. BKB active as the Glaive is bouncing around in team fights here. There's going to be the kill. Even Finger of Death used for the Weaver. Spirit Breaker charge, though, continues. Very good God's Rebuke is going to at least interrupt Sunlight. I love when pro players go, there's a ward here, there's a ward here. There's no way that they could have stunned me or done anything otherwise.
It's beautiful, that ward sense.
Oh, okay, there they go. They're going to make another jump on the Jack. BKB active allows them to ignore the Spear of Mars, and they will shut down they will shut down Jack again. Annihilate with a great Sonic Wave. They interrupt the TP away from the Mars, as the only one to make it out is going to be the Rubik. Hexed and now killed to the auto attacks. Annihilate beyond godlike here on the Queen of Pain. 11-0 and 11. Megas in the base, Luna in the base, tier 4s. It's like a disco party between the two with all of these Moon Glaives bouncing around. And I think this game is all but over here at this stage. Yep.
Yeah, this is all she wrote.
Game 1 going the way of KBU, as they will take it. The all-in or the all-out draft, it works perfectly for them. It was basically all-in from the get-go, wasn't it? With, what, 2 or 3 tower dives by 7 minutes by this Ogre?